What's up, guys? Welcome back to Lucky's DIY Garage. In this episode, we're going to be replacing an axle seal on this 2007 Nissan Titan. Let's go. Now what we're going to do is raise and support the vehicle. Now we're going to set the jack down. Now let's remove the wheel. Oh shit, there's a ladybug on there. There's a ladybug right there. I think we should get it to safety. Come here. Are you poisoned? Now let's remove the caliper. It's held on by two 10mm bolts. Now remove the bolts. Remove the caliper and set it aside. Look how wet that pad is. Set it right there. Now remove the rotor. So now remove the four 18mm nuts. There's gonna be two on this side and two on the other side. There she is. So now what we're gonna do is grab our drip pan and set it underneath the axle seal. Now there's a tool you can put on this hub and pull it out, but we're gonna try it by hand, see if we can pull it out. Oh, there you go. And if it didn't come off that easy, you can rent this tool. And this is your hub puller. You put this onto the hub and then screw this on and you just bang it out. Yeah, that's simple. Now what you're gonna do is pull the axle out. Just like that. Ooh, yeah. And she's out. Alright guys, we just got back to the house and now we're gonna remove this snap ring. Grab some snap ring pliers. There you go. We got the snap ring off. Now we're gonna remove this bearing and spacer using a die grinder. Now all you're gonna do is get a chisel and a hammer. Knock it off. There you go. Now we got the spacer off. Now we're gonna remove the bearing. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now what we're gonna do is cut the inner race. Yeah. There you go. Now remove your seal. Now inspect the bar. Let's clean it. So let's start putting everything on. First the plate. Now we're gonna put on the seal. There's the part number. Here's the seal, and it goes in that way. Then you slide your seal on. Make sure the spring part is facing upwards. And we're going to be installing some National bearings. I guess that's the part number. There. So you have the spacer and the bearing. So remember, when installing it, this goes face down. That part goes face down. So it's like that. Slide that over. There. And install the spacer. And let's go press it on. Alright guys, that's it. Just release her up and remove her. So now that we got our seal on, our bearing and spacer, now we're going to put the C-clip back on. Now to install the C-clip. Alright guys, now that we got the snap ring, spacer, bearing, and seal, now it's time to go install it back in the truck. Let's go. Alright guys, now that we're back, let's start spraying this off. Clean it up a little bit. And we got to remove this inner race right here. Now we're going to pull the race off using a slide hammer. There you go. There you go. So I didn't use my tool to remove the outer race, guys. It fucking broke. So that's trash. So what I ended up doing, using a die grinder, cutting it at 2 angles. And I used the chisel and a hammer and knocked it off. And you saw that my wife did. She just removed it with her hand because she had that superhuman strength that I didn't. So yeah, that's done. Now let's start reinstall everything in reverse order. Now we're going to put some anti-seize right here because the other one was so seized in there. Put some anti-seize all around it. So it'll be easy removal the next time some other technician works on it. Hopefully.
Yes.
Okay. Right. A little bit of grease and lube up that seal. Reinstall the axle. Make sure the splines are connected to the differential. My boy's helping me out right now. There you go. Get a rubber mallet. Hit it in. Now add blue thread lock to the threads. Alright, now tighten down all 18mm nuts. And we'll clean it up with a rag. Now reinstall your rotor. Now reinstall the caliper. There you go. Alright guys, the last thing you gotta do is go to the differential, remove the fill plug with the 3/8 ratchet, and inspect the fluid. And if it's low like this, see nothing's coming out, it's low. So you gotta fill it up until it slowly starts dripping, and then you plug it back up. Now lower the vehicle and go on a test drive. Alright guys, and that's it. Basically a straightforward job with all the correct tools. You can get it done. Just verify that there's no more leaks after your test drive. Make sure that you don't hear no bearing noise. And that's it. See you guys on the next episode.